Presently, Starbucks stands out as a leader within the struggling restaurant industry. While its comparable sales fell below the usual mark in the initial 2 quarters of the year, they rebounded satisfactorily in the 3rd quarter. Moreover, the company has consistently demonstrated impressive revenue growth throughout the year. Despite these positive operational performances, Starbucks' stock price has shown little upward movement, remaining relatively stagnant at approximately $55 to $60 per share. In this video, we'll look into the various challenges confronting Starbucks and explore potential strategies for overcoming them. Starbucks strategy and customer loyalty. Starbucks has been pretty smart about handling price increases. They've been passing on extra costs to customers because of things like higher wages and coffee prices. Between 2014 and 2016, they raised prices 4 times, with 2 of those hikes happening in just 2016. Why? Well, mainly to keep their profit margins healthy. By the end of the financial year in September 2016, Starbucks managed to boost its margin by 80 basis points to 21.5%. Plus, their earnings went up by 17% compared to the year before, hitting $1.85 per share. But how long will customers stick around if Starbucks keeps raising prices like this? There are plenty of other coffee shops out there after all. However, the issue might not be as dire as it seems. See, one big reason people love Starbucks isn't just the coffee, it's the vibe. Starbucks stores are cozy and kind of fancy, which draws people in. They've become go-to spots for casual meetings, whether it's catching up on work or studying over a cup of coffee. So, even if prices go up a bit, Starbucks has something special that keeps customers coming back. While Starbucks has been able to keep its margins healthy by hiking prices, there's always a risk. If they push prices too high, they might end up losing some of their loyal customers to cheaper options. It's a fine balance they've got to maintain. But for now, Starbucks seems to be doing all right. They've got a strong brand and a loyal customer base, which gives them some room to maneuver when it comes to pricing. Starbucks has been playing it smart with price hikes, using them to protect its profits. While there's concern about how customers will react to continued increases, Starbucks' inviting atmosphere and premium image might help keep them coming back for more. However, they'll need to tread carefully to avoid pricing themselves out of their market. Strategic brand expansion. Starbucks is going all out to make sure everyone knows about them and what they stand for. One way they're doing this is by opening fancy new stores called Reserve Roastery and Tasting Room stores. These places are like coffee palaces, meant to give super rich people and serious coffee lovers a special experience. They're planning to open up to 10 of these roasteries, each offering different kinds of coffee experiences. You can get all sorts of fancy brews like pour-over, siphon and clover, plus they'll roast special reserve coffees right there in the store. And if you're into chatting with coffee experts, there'll be interactive areas where you can do just that. On top of that, Starbucks has a rewards program that keeps getting bigger, even though they changed how it works. So, even though some people might stop coming because of higher prices, Starbucks figures they'll keep most of their regulars happy and even bring in some new customers. Starbucks is going above and beyond to make sure its brand is top-notch, with fancy stores and a rewards program that keeps people coming back for more. And they reckon it'll pay off in the long run, even if prices go up a bit. Factors impacting Starbucks' pricing strategy and market resilience. First off, the prices of Starbucks stuff go up because it costs more to get the materials and pay the workers. Some people worry that if the government raises the minimum wage, it'll hurt Starbucks, especially the stores run by other companies. But wages are just a small part of what Starbucks spends money on. Even though they don't show wages separately in their reports, when we look at the overall spending, it hasn't gone up much from 2015 to 2016. Plus, Starbucks already pays more than the minimum wage and is known as a great place to work. So, if the minimum wage goes up, it might help Starbucks by making it tougher for other companies to compete. Now, about coffee prices. They've been going up again after being low for a while. The main reason is that Brazil and Vietnam, the biggest coffee bean producers, have had droughts. Plus, more people want coffee these days, so there's not as much coffee sitting around waiting to be used. That means prices go up. Since coffee is what Starbucks mainly uses, higher prices for beans and less supply could mean less profit for Starbucks. But Starbucks is dealing with it by raising prices for some of its drinks and bakery items. They figure it'll only add a tiny bit to what you pay, like 0.5% more on average. But even if Starbucks prices go up, lots of people still love their coffee. Plus, as people feel better about spending money and make more money themselves, they're more likely to keep buying Starbucks, even if it costs a bit more. Starbucks is dealing with higher costs by raising prices a bit, and they're betting that people will still want their coffee, even if it costs a tad more. Leadership at Starbucks. Howard Schultz's journey to leadership began long before he rose to prominence. He worked hard to put himself through college, even selling his blood sometimes to make ends meet. Graduating in 1975, he was the first in his family to earn a degree. Schultz's upbringing, marked by limited resources, fueled his determination to succeed and shaped his leadership philosophy. In 1982, Schultz encountered Starbucks in Seattle and saw its potential. Despite initial resistance from Starbucks owners, Schultz was inspired by Italy's traditional cafe culture during a 1983 visit. He envisioned transforming Starbucks into a similar experience, but faced hurdles convincing the original owners. Undeterred, Schultz launched his espresso bar chain, Il Giornale, which thrived, eventually allowing him to purchase Starbucks. Taking over as CEO when Starbucks had only 17 locations, Schultz focused on building the brand and prioritizing employee welfare. He pioneered comprehensive benefits for all staff, including health coverage for domestic partners, a groundbreaking move. Schultz's leadership style, characterized by empathy, stemmed from his personal experiences, particularly his family's struggle with poverty after his father's injury. This compassionate approach remained central as Starbucks expanded globally and faced shareholder scrutiny. Under Schultz's guidance, Starbucks became one of the first companies to offer health benefits to both full-time and part-time employees in 1988. Additionally, introducing stock options for all employees in 1991 set a new standard in corporate benefits. Returning as CEO in 2008 amidst financial challenges, Schultz made tough decisions, including store closures and layoffs. He prioritized transparency, openly communicating the company's dire financial situation to the entire workforce despite resistance from his leadership team. Schultz's leadership was transformative, leading Starbucks from distress to international renown. Through inspiration, motivation, and innovation, he exemplified the qualities of a transformational leader. Howard Schultz's journey from humble beginnings to leading Starbucks exemplifies the power of determination, empathy, and transparent leadership in driving organizational success and employee welfare. If you found this video informative and enjoyed learning about Starbucks endeavors, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.